Welcome back to Make It Mondays. And this week I'm working on a project that's going to help out my work life outside of here a little bit more. So I'm working on a headset cover. So I know this looks a little funky for most people. So this is going to button over the padded section of my headset for work. I use a double muff headset. So this would also work for anyone who is using headphones for music or using a headset for like gaming. I use it for technical theater. So mine has my initials on it, and it buttons up. The silver buttons are not an issue because I'm very rarely on stage. But this way it is easily identifiable of whose is whose. It also means that I can take this off and wash it, which is a big deal now that we are in summer and it is very hot and sometimes very sweaty where we are working. So let me get everything turned around and I'll show you how this one got started with this new companion one. So I'm realizing I haven't shown a cast on in a long time. I do a knitted cast on rather than a long tail or a cable cast on. So I'm inserting my needle into the stitch, yarning over as though I'm going to knit, pulling up that stitch, and then putting it onto the left-hand needle. So again, inserting, I go through the front loop, picking up a stitch and putting it on the needle. I find this to be a slightly more forgiving cast on. You don't have to guesstimate how much yarn you're going to need for the amount of stitches like you do for a long tail. But it's also sturdier than a backwards loop cast on, which has a tendency to stretch out. That being said, I do use a backwards loop if I'm having to cast on in the middle of a project. So I'm going to cast on my 34 stitches and I will be right back. So I finished casting on and I have now done the first row, and that was a knit row. So now I'm dealing with a purl row. So I'm slipping the first stitch, then I'm actually going to purl 2 together and yarn over. So that is making our buttonholes. So normally it would be a yarn over that way, which is why that's how I initially did it. But I'm purling, so I actually have to go the other direction so that it actually makes an empty spot. So I'm not gaining or losing any stitches this row. For every purl 2 together, there will be a yarn over. 6, 8, and then here's the next one. And these stitches are just being a little fussy this morning. So from front to back to front again, then keep going. So this does make for 4 button holes, which allows the cover to securely attach to the headset. And then most of this project is actually pretty simple because most of it is just knitting, or a knit row, a purl row, and then they flip every couple rows. There is the one other kind of fun section before we get to the end, and I will be back to show you how that works. So I've done a reverse stockinette and a normal stockinette, and now it's time to do another reverse stockinette, but it's also time to build in the section where I can embroider whatever I'm going to embroider, which I believe this time will be a title. So I purled 10 Now I'm going to be knitting across until there's 10 stitches left. And then purling the last 10. And then it'll be the flip on the other side. Now, for the rest of this, it is literally just doing 3 rows of stockinette, 3 rows of reverse, and then stockinette, reverse, stockinette, reverse. So I will be back when it's time to show how the buttons are put in, because they're actually put in as part of the bind off process. So I will be back then. So I'm going to start binding off. So 1, 2, and then before I bind off the next stitch, I'm actually going to put the button on. So I'm going to insert my needle through the button, through the stitch. I'm going to try to pull through it and back through the button so that the stitch goes through. Then reinsert needle or knitting needle and continue to bind off. And that's just how this works all the way across. I'm not the best person at doing duplicate stitch, so I'm actually going to do that bit off camera. But I will be back in just a second to show you how everything looks when it is on the headset. So here is this one all finished up. The buttons just lay right along the edge. And this is for when I'm being a lighting designer. So nice, easy to read. And again, it's a great way if I have product in my hair or if I get really sweaty to be able to just take this off, and it protects the actual fabric of the headphones. So hopefully they last a little bit longer than most of the shared ones at the venues that I work at. If you like this video, please consider liking. If you want to see more, hit subscribe, and I will see you next time on Make It Mondays. Bye.